What is print on demand? Why should you care? Does it even make sense? Let's talk about it. Print on demand, POD, right? If you Google this, you're going to get, millions of search results. Everybody's talking about print on demand in the last year, 2, 3 years. And it's for anybody that's ever thought about, starting a business, opening an online store, but doesn't want to go through that trouble or doesn't actually have the money, number one, and then the ability to not only buy inventory, but to kind of set up the whole production line, or if that's what you want to call it, production space to actually run that business. So what am I saying? So let's take a few examples and then we'll talk about print on demand in general. If you've ever thought about selling a t-shirt, let's say, because t-shirts are the most common product sold through print on demand, but you're saying, you know what, I have the design, I guess I can buy a t-shirt and then I don't know how I'm going to print that design on the shirt, right? So not only, like I said, you would need to have inventory, which is shirts, and then you would also have to have a printer or a printing press where you can actually develop those shirts. Then what you have to know or be able to do is to actually sell the product. So you need a platform. Then you have to ship it. Then you have to deal with customer service. And that's basically the whole business, right? You're now talking about opening a business. So what print on demand gives you the ability to do is to do all of those things with zero money, and all you basically have to do is come up with these designs, products, and sell them. Now, if you're creative, if you're a designer, then I don't have to tell you, for example, the steps that you need to take in order to put one of your designs on a shirt. But if you're somebody that says, you know what, I don't have any design skills, I care about actually opening a business, I want to make some money on the side, you can still do it. This is exactly the point. This is for you, because you're still going to go through a learning process. But for example, let's say you're super creative with puns and jokes and all that kind of stuff, and you say most of my or all of my designs are going to be text based. So then it's easy to come up with designs. But then you're saying, I don't have money and I don't have the ability to actually buy the product, to keep that inventory in stock, and I definitely don't know anything about business to get to the next step. That's the whole point. There are companies out there that do all of that for you. So if you know how to use a computer, if you know actually, if you're able to learn something that's super user-friendly, you can start your own business. Let's talk about this. Let's take one website as an example and talk about it. The one that I worked with for years is Printfu, printfu.com. The link I'll include down below. So what this website, what this company enables you to do is basically what I described. You have a design, and they offer you hundreds of products to work with. So these are t-shirts where you can, for example, put your design on the front, back, sleeves. They have t-shirts where you can put designs. It's an all-over print, right? So you can put it all over. So there's no blank space, right? It's all your design all over the shirt. They have mugs. They have socks. They have hoodies, sweatshirts, posters, canvas art, basically anything that you can think of, right? Leggings. And what you need to do is put your designs on them. These are JPEGs, right? This is a picture, for example. If you really want the most basic understanding of this, is you can literally do a design in Paint and you'll be able to start selling these shirts. Now, when you select a product, right? So you, for example, pick a product, and let's go again with t-shirts just because they're the most common, they're the best sellers. You choose a t-shirt based on quality, based on the look, are you going for 100% cotton, are you going for a v-neck, whatever, all that kind of stuff. You choose your product. You upload your design on the shirt, and now it's basically ready for sale, right? Now, here's, I guess, the most tricky part is generating that sale. So if you want to do this in person, you can actually, come up with an old school flyer and go door to door and sell your shirts to businesses, to different, you can go walk into a gym or a small business and start promoting your shirts that way, your products. But let's say if you're saying, you know what, I don't want any of that business. I want to sell my products online. So a website like Printfu gives you the ability to link your products that you just basically generated to stores like Etsy, for example. So what you can do is you go open up a store on Etsy. This takes maybe 5 minutes. You link your store, because that's the whole point of Printfu. They give you the ability to link certain stores and websites to your products through Printfu, and you push them to your online store, let's say on Etsy, and they're ready for sale. Now you have, for example, options to allow Printfu to simply process your orders for you. So this would be, for example, when somebody makes if you make a sale through Etsy, what happens is Printfu automatically processes that order and ships it to your customer. So they'll charge, let's say, a credit card on file, and you basically didn't do anything. If you decide to, for example, not give them the ability to automatically process orders, then you will get an email, and it'll say you've generated a sale. Now process this. So now you can actually go through different shipping options, all that kind of stuff. You can change some of the details of the address, but basically everything else is done for you. Now, if you decide to do something like, let's say you're like, you know what, I'm done with t-shirts. I want to get into a very specific business of, just selling coffee mugs, right? And you say, but I don't want a store like Etsy. Like, I'm not familiar. It might be like small scale for you or something like that. You want to open up your own store. You have your own domain name. You can do that, right? If you have a store through Shopify, WooCommerce, whatever the case is, you can actually link your products again to your online store. Now, if you dig deeper, you know that you have the option of linking other bigger platforms like Amazon or eBay to your online stores. So again, there's that automatic connection. So for example, you can, and again, I'm going to use the term push. You can push your products from Printfu and your online store to sell on eBay or Amazon. So now when a customer buys something on Amazon, again, Printfu takes that product, packs it, ships it to your customer. So you again haven't done anything. Okay, so let's talk about a couple other options. If you're saying, you know what, that's awesome, man. Printfu is great. Etsy is great. Amazon is great. But there's still certain fees associated with it. You're like, I don't want any cost to me. Even 20 cents to list a product is too much for me. No problem. Then let's talk about some of the other websites. And remember these. So look up Redbubble, redbubble.com. Look up teespring.com. Look up Society6. These are, again, print-on-demand businesses where you simply, so now we're going to cut out a few steps, where you simply upload your designs. So, And I'm talking like literally just upload your design, select products that you want, include a title, product description if you want, you don't have to, and that is it. You don't advertise them anywhere. You don't link it to any stores or anything. They sell on their platform. So if you go to redbubble.com or Society6 or Teespring, people buy directly on those websites, and all you have to do is collect royalties for those sales. Now, if you're very kind of creative, or if you actually have a social media presence, or you know how to run ads on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever the case is, all you have to do is list a product on Teespring, for example, and promote that and run ads on Facebook. There have been people that have made thousands and thousands, and some even hundreds of thousands of dollars off of a single product because they knew how to run ads. That's a different kind of strategy to your business, where you're not thinking, you might be thinking long term, but you're not thinking long term to build a brand or to kind of open and run an online store for a number of years, right? Because this is a marketing strategy. Those are the two key differences, I guess, between kind of print on demand in general. But in either case, what you've done now is you've eliminated pretty much 99%, I would say 99.99% of the cost of running a business, because you have, like I said, zero money, no money invested in inventory, no money invested in any of the actual equipment. For example, printing equipment. You don't have an office space. You're doing all of this from your apartment, from your basement. You can even do it from a coffee shop if you have a laptop, right? For anybody that's thought about, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, making a few extra bucks on the side and just generating kind of like a what would be considered a passive income, where you don't invest any time in it besides the initial investment, which sometimes could take minutes or hours depending on your strategy. But print on demand is the way to go. I would actually also suggest print on demand to any student, I would even start as early as high school, anybody who is looking for a summer job, because you can, without a problem, make a couple $100 a month if you're super resourceful and creative, couple $100 a week working with print on demand businesses and basically uploading your designs and advertising your products for free. So if you're saying, you know what, my parents are forcing me to get a job, or you know what, maybe you're a single parent, or maybe you don't make enough money in your current job, and have some time at night where you're spending hours and hours watching TV or doing random things that aren't furthering your professional or personal development, do this. Give it a shot. Like I said, do some research if you want. Figure out which website is the best for you, and then start working. Because, like I said, and I really have to start repeating this, continue repeating it, there is no cost to you. If you are creative, if you are hardworking and resourceful, all you're doing is collecting royalties, right? Especially if you're an artist, and if you, let's say you sketch in your spare time, or you're like somebody that has amazing ideas when it comes to certain niches. If you're a funny person and you say, I have so many nerdy jokes, I have so many mom jokes, dad jokes, all that kind of stuff that would actually be a good fit for a t-shirt, then do it. Go put it on a t-shirt and start making sales. We'll talk about similar businesses later on, but right now I would say print on demand a very powerful tool. It's very trendy. It's exploded over the last couple of years. I would say take advantage of it. Don't miss your opportunity to get into this right now, because you don't want a business to get oversaturated where other people have already come up with certain designs, certain ideas, certain products, and started selling them way before you, right? Because that's a big advantage that they would have over you. So anyways, just want to say stay positive, because all of this kind of stuff is possible. If you ever thought to yourself, I want to make some money online, but not doing surveys and not paying for certain products or certain lies where people are making you certain promises, this is no cost to you. These are businesses. They're making a lot of money from your sales as well, right? But it doesn't matter because you're collecting royalties. Anyways, that's enough for now. If you have any ideas, suggestions, questions, leave a comment down below. If you found this information useful, give us a like, and we'll see you soon. We'll share some other ideas with you. Thanks for listening.